Welcome to the Narrowboat and James Bill. Hope you're well. Thanks for joining me. Well, I've been inundated with people saying, where are you? Are you okay? Are you still alive? Is the boat okay? So everything's fine. I've just had a few days kind of not on the boat. Work has been pretty full on and it kind of will continue to be so that's pretty good. It's nice being busy with work and the boat's on hard standing, so it's not the nicest kind of environment to be in. The place is kind of covered in mud, so as a result of which now the floor is just filthy. So yeah, it's so much to kind of crack on with work at the moment. It's easier to kind of base myself elsewhere for a few days. So, but I'm back today. I've really come back to check out how Ralph's been getting on with the drive shaft and the prop and everything like that. So I'm going to pop over there and see Ralph now, but in the meantime I did come back kind of a few days last week and did some work on the inside of that unit before doing the table. So I'll show you some of that stuff, and when you're seeing it, you'll see that the table is non-existent. So it's just the way it is, camera trickery. So I'll bring you up to speed whilst I'm walking across the mud, and by the time I get over there, you'll have seen this, and then we'll be up to speed. Right, every time I walk past this thing, the bloody doors fall down. Right, I've got to sort out the magnets and get it all fixed. So then I'm going to start on this side and do this. This bit here is going to be boxed in under there, which is going to be just removable, so I can still access into there. This is going to be attached top and bottom, but it's got a bit of give in it there. So I've just made this little bracket, which is going to fit on the wall like that, and give it something to screw into there on the same angle. Yeah, it takes away some of the movement. Okay, let's get that put on. Right, so I've put in all the magnet bits. That bit's been screwed in, and that bit there's been screwed in. I had to cut a little angle out there just to fill it in, just so it's kind of screwed in against that bit nicely. These are on magnets. There's one there, although that one is like a big chunkier one, and as a result, it kind of is quite a lot of force to release it. That one's a lot better. Is that one. I just need to kind of tidy them up a little bit now, and then I need to finish the tops and then put the thing back on and the shelf in the middle, and then I need to decorate the doors. I must say this has been rather unexpected. It's been a while since I've received some gifts, and it looks like I've got two here, and both of these look like they're from America. So thank you very much. Whoever this is from. Billy Slide. Ditch the cables, use these instead. Will help when weather is better and you're playing on deck. No leads to trip over. Put amp on the roof and do your best. Pete Townsend impression. I think I'll need more than a wireless guitar lead and to do a Pete Townsend impression. Easier to store too. Thank you, mate. Oh, get in there, yeah. Wireless guitar system. So you plug one of them into the guitar, one of them into the amp, and you can walk around strutting your stuff. Oh, mate, thank you very much for that, Billy. Star. Ditch the leads. Wow, yeah. Right, what's this one? Oh no, this has come from Netherlands, I think. Post NL. Yeah, it's got to be. Oh, handwritten letter. Oh, it is from the Netherlands, yeah. Dear James, I have had this thing for years now and never used it. You said you needed a horn for the boat. Oh, cool. It's an old school. Maybe you would like to use it. Note, it is loud, so test outside. I can't read your name. I'd like to say it's Maximus, but it's not. It's Marimum Snyder from a place called Farmsum in the Netherlands. Well, that is old school. Yeah, Saki Bugger sent me one which looked rough, pretty similar to this. There's something else in there. Yeah, so mounting that is going to be something to consider if I'm going to use it. I'll give it a go. I'll give it a sound test. But yeah, mounting that somewhere on the front, it's going to look a bit obvious, I'd say, although also quite cool at the same time. If anyone's got any bright ideas of where I can put this, not being funny, but if anyone's got any ideas where I can mount this on the front of the boat, shall I say, then let me know. That's cool. Thank you very much, guys. Well, I've shaped all this down now, so they all fit in okay. I just need to change the magnet on this one so it kind of clips in a bit easier. But the proof of the pudding is when I got the lid on. I haven't put the hole in it yet. It's whether these can go back in nice and unencumbered, which looks like that is okay. So happy with that. Now I can now secure this in place, and I think I'm going to do that obviously from underneath so you can't see it. That should be quite easy. I've put this shelf in here. This is only one of the old bed slats, so it's not really the right one. It's only just, luckily, it's the right size. But I'm just going to work out now how I'm going to kind of put this in. I don't want it to protrude from there at all. I want it to sit well within that. And I'm only going to have like 1 or 2 books on it. I'm only going to have 1 or 2 books on that, so it doesn't need to exactly be very broad or wide, whatever the word is. So I think I'm going to get another piece of pine like that, trim it down and then tuck it in. But I think that is the right height to put it in. So when you're sitting right around here, that looks about right, I'd say. And then I'll put a bar in across there and a bar in across there, and that'll stop all the books falling out. That piece is a lot better now. Kind of sits inside it quite nicely. I'm going to put a bull nose on that. So I'm just going to take it off now and quickly do that. Hate using little nails, but this is the first time I've used nails on the boat. And I'm just putting it through this stuff here, and I'm just going to make a little bit of trim for the front of the shelf. So when you take off the boards, you don't see the end grain of that bit of shelf of the 18mm ply. So I'm just going to attach this in place and then basically wax that so it looks the same as the top, which I thought would look quite nice. Good. Yeah, a little bit of varnish on that, that'll look alright. Right, I'm putting the hole through this so I can get my finger into it, and this time I'm doing it from the facing side out, because so you'll see what happens when I go through it. so it kind of splits it all a bit. So unlike the ones in the bedroom that I had to kind of repair, this one I've drilled it through on the right side. Perfect. It just means I can then put the trim across the top, down the bottom. Right, so here we are. This is the part which we've had back now. This has been made up for us, which fits onto the reducer. That goes on there, and then we're going to have enough room for basically that coupling. That coupler goes on that way to go like that. So I'm hoping there's enough room in there. But basically all the bits are back that we need. Okay, and here we are. This is as you have last seen it. Table is there, that's there. I'm not going to do any work on the table now. I'm going to carry on with that. I want to finish the magnets on those things, put the bits and pieces on the panel, and then on that unit there, I want to put the rods in and make it work, because that book keeps kind of falling out every time I walk past it. Right, so I've redone all the magnets. They all kind of fit in nice and easily now, which is good. So I now need to kind of do the tops of that. I'm doing it with this stuff here, this half dowel. Works quite easily, so I've just got to do it before making the 45-degree mitre angles quite nice and tight. Just had to put this away whilst I was doing those boards or cutting all these long lengths. Now I've done it all, they're here. Lots of people commented that I'll be stabbing my feet on the base of that, and I understand what you mean, but at the same time I really don't think I will. I don't think there's going to be any occasions where this is kind of where the table is not, or the bed thing is not there. It's either going to be the table or the bed thing. That's just the way it is. So I get your point, but I don't think it's actually going to happen. People were saying, why don't I put the hole in the floor? The reason for that is you can get floor mounted kind of holes which would then fit underneath it. The problem is there's no way to kind of really anchor it in place on the floor. I could have, well, if I thought about it, I could have had like a one of those things basically welded to the base plate, kind of sticking up, but I'm not going to do that. But also you can't get that, those things wobble like heck because there's no way of anchoring them in place. So these are much better, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to be stabbing my feet on it. It's kind of too big, if you like, to stab your feet on it. You might, you know what I mean? It's not kind of protruding a little bit, it's quite a chunk, so all you're going to do is like walk into it, if anything. Right, so I now need to sand all these bits down. I've basically made, for the two doors to go on there, I've cut all these lengths down. I'm going to clean them up, wax them, and then get them on those doors. And that'll start to look really good. And then I can crack on with this bit, that's the next part. Right. Okay, that's those all done. So now I can start putting them on this. Okay, that's the first one done. So it's just looking like that, much like the bedroom one. Slightly different proportions on this one, but that's good. Right, one more. Okay, there's the second one done. So they're basically like that, so the closer edges are together. So that's kind of how it goes. So that is that side. They feel so much nicer now they've got those bits on the front. They feel more solid. Yeah, that's decent, that is. I might put some trim on those sides if I can be bothered, but I've got to do that one now, which are different dimensions to those, so I'm going to do, that's why I did those two at the same time. So I'll do that, and I've got to wax all of those bits and work out how to kind of get it all secured up basically. Okay, so all three of them are on now, holes in each of them, and they're working just fine, so pretty happy with that. Now I can turn my attention to that bit. Right, I've had to take that bit off to sand it down, and I've got to do the same with that one there, and then I've got to go in with this stuff here, which is going to be the dowel, which is basically going to go in at that height there and again at that one there. It's going to hold the books and magazines in and stuff. That's the plan. Right, those two bits have been lovingly sanded down. It's taken an age. Obviously, where the cuts with the jigsaw, when you put the wax on it, it really brings them out. So I've really had to kind of go at them. You can still see little kind of indents and stuff. Anyway, it'll be all right. Right, so the time has now come to drill out the holes for this dowel. I think this is, what was that, 18 mil, right. So plan is going to be one at the kind of the broad or widest end there at the top, and one kind of in the middle there. The distance between it is 680, but I don't want to go all the way through it. I want it to be kind of hidden on the well, as you're looking at it. So if the overall width end to end is 680, I kind of want, what's that, maybe 10 mil inside there. It's not going to be kind of load bearing in any way. It's just going to stop books falling out, so it doesn't need to be much. So just working out, what's that? It's 20 mil, right? So it'll go in by 10. So there's 10 off each side, so that's 660 it needs to be. So I've got to do two of these at 660. Oops. Well, I've hit a bit of a stumbling block in so much as I don't have an 18 mil drill to go through that sufficiently in order for me to be able to put that in. I've got a 19 mil, which is obviously way too big for that. It will jiggle around too much. I can't pack it with glue because that won't work. So I'm just going to equip myself tomorrow with an 18 mil hole cutter basically, or drill bit. I'll see what there is, and then I can finish the rest of that. But that took ages to sand down, so yeah, pretty happy with the result though. It'll look good when it's all up there. So the plan tomorrow is for Ralph to start work on the back of the boat. They've got all the bits in that they need now. They've been waiting for something to be engineered, so that's back. They've had some electric problems here, so none of the sheds have had electric for the last few days of last week, so hence the fact it's been a bit delayed. But yeah, Ralph says tomorrow they're going to start putting it all back on the boat, really, and see how it fits together, see how much room they've got. And then, but yeah, Ralph's pretty confident that it's all going to kind of fit, and then we'll see what it all looks like and see how it works and stuff. I might have to tighten up the engine mounting bolts and nuts kind of a little bit more often than otherwise should have done, so kind of 100 hours where it should be, so I might have to do it every 50 hours or something like that. But yeah, we'll see what it's like once Ralph's kind of started putting it back together tomorrow. What else is going on? So yeah, work's still pretty manic. Well, yeah, massively manic. So I'm not really spending a vast amount of time being able to do much boat work. Obviously it's dark still pretty early, although that is changing. And actually I've gone through the whole of the winter. I haven't had to run the engine once to charge the batteries. The solar setup I've got has seen me through the winter, which is great. I'm not saying I'm running everything all the time and stuff, but you know, lights and pumps and stuff have been working all through the night and charges the next day. So I think I'm through my first winter of solar. I'm happy to report that it's tickety boo. So yeah, we'll have to see what how the batteries fare kind of next year, and see if I need new batteries for next winter or not, but otherwise they should be all right. You'll start to see I've also started to change a few things on the channel, just toying with a few bits on YouTube when I've got a bit of downtime. So end screens, for example, so trying to work out how they all work. But I don't know about those YouTube shorts. There was a YouTuber saying basically they give between $100 and $10,000 a month to channels with YouTube shorts on it, depending on how many views they've had. So I thought, oh, that's pretty handy. I've subsequently found out that channels that have got 50 million views on their shorts have only received 100 quid or $100. So I don't really think I'll probably have to get a video of Prince Andrew sweating for me to get anywhere close to those kind of hits. So I don't think I'm going to keep going with that anyway. But yeah, I'll be back at the boat tomorrow. See how Ralph's got on. I'll crack on with a bit more of this. Dinette cushions is the next thing to sort out, and then the dinette is kind of finished apart from this table here, which I'll work out what I'm doing with that at a later date. But yeah, it's all coming along nicely. Hope you guys are well. Until next time, take care. Bye bye.